Moses' story is one of courage, faith, and leadership. He's a central figure in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. His journey began humbly. Born during a time of great oppression, Moses entered a world where his people, the Israelites, were enslaved in Egypt. Pharaoh, fearing the growing Israelite population, ordered all newborn Hebrew boys to be drowned in the Nile River. To save her infant son's life, Moses' mother made a brave and desperate decision. She placed him in a basket, sealing his fate with a prayer and a leap of faith. The basket, set adrift in the Nile's reeds, carried with it the hope of a people and the destiny of a leader. Little did anyone know this tiny act of defiance would ripple through time, shaping the course of history and giving birth to a legacy that continues to inspire millions. Found by Pharaoh's daughter, Moses was raised in the opulence and grandeur of the Egyptian court, a stark contrast to the suffering of his kin. He grew up learning the ways of the Egyptians, their customs, and their knowledge. Despite his privileged upbringing, Moses never forgot his roots. The stark reality of his people's enslavement weighed heavily on his heart. The contrast between his life of comfort and their plight created a growing unease within him, a sense of injustice that he could not ignore. This internal conflict would eventually lead him to make a life-altering decision. One day, while tending his flock, Moses encountered a sight that would forever change his life. A bush, engulfed in flames yet unconsumed, called out to him. It was God, speaking through the burning bush, who revealed to Moses his true calling. He was to confront Pharaoh and demand the release of the Israelites from bondage. Fear and doubt gripped Moses. He questioned his own abilities, his voice hesitant as he expressed his unworthiness for such a monumental task. But God reassured him, promising guidance and strength for the journey ahead. Section 4, Exodus. Leading his people to freedom, armed with God's power and his brother Aaron's eloquence, Moses confronted Pharaoh. He demanded the release of the Israelites, but Pharaoh's heart remained hardened. Plagues and wonders fell upon Egypt as a demonstration of God's power. Each plague, from the Nile turning to blood to the death of the firstborn, intensified the struggle between Moses and Pharaoh. Finally, after much suffering and resistance, Pharaoh relented. The Israelites, led by Moses, began their exodus from Egypt, leaving behind generations of servitude and embarking on a journey towards freedom. Section 5. The Ten Commandments, Laws for a New Nation. The journey to the Promised Land was arduous, filled with challenges and uncertainty. It was during this time, amidst the desolate beauty of Mount Sinai, that Moses received the Ten Commandments. These divine laws, inscribed on stone tablets, became the foundation of a new covenant between God and the Israelites. They provided moral and ethical guidelines, shaping the Israelites into a nation governed by justice and compassion. The Ten Commandments, a symbol of God's covenant and a testament to Moses' leadership, continue to resonate across cultures and faiths, reminding us of our shared humanity and our obligation to live with purpose and righteousness. Section 6. A legacy of faith and leadership. Moses' story is an epic tale of courage, faith, and leadership. He answered God's call despite his own fears and insecurities, leading his people out of slavery and towards the Promised Land. Though he didn't live to see the fulfillment of that promise, his legacy lived on, inspiring generations to fight for justice, to stand up for what is right, and to trust in a power greater than themselves. Moses' journey reminds us that even in the face of adversity, hope can triumph. His story is a testament to the power of faith, the importance of perseverance, and the enduring strength of the human spirit.